the wonderful opportunity of attending a Filmmaker showcase with FILAM Creative, the premier Filipino-American organization dedicated to the advancement and empowerment of films in media and entertainment. This annual showcase screened 10 of the top short films by the group's filmmakers. From comedy to drama to a documentary, they had it all. I got to speak with the cast and crew of these films as they walked the red carpet. Let's see what they had to say.
So we have here Drama Del Rosario, the director for the film.
Act Like a Woman.
Act Like a Woman. So tell us about the film. How did you come about with the concept?
Yeah, so Act Like a Woman is a documentary film about Angel Kinan, who's a transgender actor here in Hollywood. It's about her struggles booking jobs being a transgender actress.
So we have here Angel Kinan for Act Like a Woman. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm very excited.
Now this is really unique because this is also autobiographical, correct?
Yes, it's a documentary about me, basically my struggles in terms of growing up in the Philippines, being transgender, and then moving here and my struggles now in Hollywood. So it kind of encompasses a lot of my life story for 14 minutes.
Would you say, with the current political climate, that this is the perfect time for a film like this?
Oh, definitely. This is definitely the perfect time for a film like this. You know, a lot of the transgender actors, they can play any role, not just like the stereotypical roles that we see, and they're not getting enough recognition. I think this film is a story that needs to be heard.
Is it drama, comedy, kind of a mix of both, or what?
You know, it's definitely, I would say, it has drama aspects in it, but you know, Angel is such a lovable, comedic character, so you will get to see some quirky sides of her too. So yeah, it has its comedic sides, it has its very dramatic sides, which perfectly captures what kind of person Angel is.
What are some of the festivals that it's gone to so far?
Oh my God, it has gone through a lot of festivals around the world, but notably it recently had a screening in Manila. So yeah, a lot of people were really excited to see that, especially since Pride Month just happened. So it was a big thing. I'm really happy about it. Yeah.
How did you find the writer? Did the writer for the film, did he approach you, or how did that happen?
Sure. So the filmmaker is Drama Del Rosario. He's an award-winning Filipino filmmaker from the Philippines, and he's taking his master's here at New York Film Academy. And I was connected through to him through the designer of this dress, actually, VJ Floresca, and thank you, VJ. And because Drama was trying to do a documentary about immigration here, and when we met, he decided to actually ask his professor to kind of like switch it to being more about me instead of just like immigration. So I was very honored to do it, and he did a great job. I'm so excited to see it in the big screen here.
So we have here the cast and crew of Baby on the Way, and here is the director, Arlyn. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
So now tell us about the film.
So the film is about a young adult woman who has a very difficult time telling her parents that she's pregnant. So she waits until she's 9 months pregnant to tell her parents. And the dynamic of the family is that her parents actually had her when she was in high school. And so, you know, she kind of has like this very over-judgmental mom, and, you know, the dad used to be in a boy band. So you're going to see a little bit of all of that.
Wow. Now, what was the inspiration for this? Is it from like other people's experience, an actual person's experience, or?
Yeah, so actually we have Erica Juliet. She is the lead in our film, and the story is by her, and Charles Gray is the one who wrote the script.
Charles Gray, I wrote the screenplay for this.
Nice, very nice.
And I'm Erica Juliet. I acted in it as Hannah.
It's her story. It was her story. Her real life story.
Yeah.
So would you say, for the most part, it's how much percentage of the real life is in this film?
It was something I wrote kind of when I was pregnant. And it was, for a writing group thing we were trying to write comedy, and I had all these ideas, and none of them were really comedies, so I thought about making that into a comedy. And then I felt like we really needed some really strong comedic actors, so I was researching on YouTube for days, Filipino comedians, and I couldn't find any. But then when Arlyn was on board, she said, what about Mary Grant? And then I was like, oh my God, she's amazing. And then Charles was like, I want to write for Mary, that would be so fun. And then he wrote it for Mary with her in mind, and then that's really how it became. The story is more about a Filipino family too, and how I had a lot of friends, even though they were in their 20s and stuff, they were afraid. They said if they were pregnant, they would never be able to tell their parents, ever. And I noticed a lot of it was my Filipino friends or Middle Eastern friends. I don't know why, that they were like, I could never tell my parents if I got pregnant. And it made me feel even more nervous about telling my parents. So we were just trying to make some really funny characters in the family too, like a really funny mom and dad. And
One of the actors.
Yes, my name is Mary Grant, and I play her mom. So they approached me asking me if I'd be interested in the role, and I was like, of course. And then Arlyn directing, you know, female Filipina director, of course I'm going to be on board. So I like all the elements with the music video throwback. It's my first role as like a lead, so I'm really nervous to see myself so long on screen, but also excited. And I just thank Erica for asking me to be a part of her project.
Tell us about the thing that you wrote.
Oh, so I produced a parody of an R&B song, a Boyz II Men song, which, yeah, it's super funny. So me and Charles wrote new words to it. I performed all the instruments and sang the chorus. And actually Ron is singing or he's like doing the monologue for the song. So yeah, it's super funny.
I am here with Jonah and Janie Feingold. They are here for their film. You directed.
Yes, it's called BANGARANG. It's called BANGARANG, yes.
Yeah, awesome. So you're the director and the sister, right?
Also a filmmaker, very talented, and definitely, you know, we had a bunch of children on set the entire time, kind of like camp, and Janie was instrumental in making sure they all felt at home and were having a good time.
Dante Basco is also in your film as well, right?
Yes, so the film is a prequel to the film Hook, which Dante plays the role of Rufio in, and it was a Kickstarter, and I met Dante and actually out at a bar one night, and we said, let's go make a prequel to the movie Hook and put it on YouTube, and 3 months later we had a movie.
Nice. Wow. What are there any special effects, or is it kind of like, you know, the original?
Sure. So there is one big special effect that we did. It's a flying scene, and you know, some people will say it's pixie dust. I will tell you it's wires and
A very large crane.
and a large crane that cost a lot of money.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a crazy day. We basically had our star, a guy named Sheaden Gabriell, really talented dancer and actor, hoisted by a giant crane 50 feet in the air. Very dangerous.
Then you had a lot of children, right? Like little.
Yeah, we had a 60-person cast at one point. A lot of kids on set. It was, but the beautiful thing about it was that we were all family. And honestly, I wish people could know the off-camera relationships that we were able to form, because we all keep in touch and we all still talk, and all the kids are now best friends. And the movie will live on the internet, but those friendships will last forever.
Wow, I love that. I mean, I love hearing about families formed on set. And do you have any other words about the film?
Just that, you know, Hook is my brother's favorite movie. He saw it for the first time when we were 2 years old, and I think him finishing this film, kickstarting it, just shows that you should really follow your dreams and put the work in to do something that you love, and that big things can happen.
That's true. Big things can happen, and we are definitely looking forward to seeing the film tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
So I have here the director of the Blind Center by Tim Cruz.
Hi, I'm Tim.
This is Tim.
Yes.
So you're the director. Now tell us a little bit more about this film.
Okay. The Blind Center is an irreverent mockumentary about a school for the blind. And one of the fun things about it is that we were able to cast 15 blind actors to perform within it from the Braille Institute School of the Blind. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to make, and you know, we hope that it encourages other filmmakers and other casting directors to be willing to cast actors with disabilities.
Was the film based on somebody's personal experience, or?
I think it was based on the writer's personal experience. Her name's Lindsay Nyman. She also stars in it, and she got to work with a lot of the actors, and she got to be able to learn and grow with them, and it kind of like is a hodgepodge of their experiences together and turns into this like fun, quirky little piece.
So we have here the cast and crew of I Miss You. How are you guys doing?
Good. Great.
That's good, good, good. So who's the director here?
That's me.
You, okay, all right. So tell us a little bit more about the film.
The film is about two high school students. One of them dies and comes back to life and has a relationship with the one that's still alive. Man, I'm really bad at this premise.
Oh yeah, it's about a girl whose best friend dies in a car crash, and he comes back to visit her at night, and she learns she eventually has to move on. Our composer's actually here too. You can get him in. I don't know if there's room, but yeah, let's get him in here.
But it's a comedy.
It's a comedy. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, it's very funny.
What was the inspiration behind the writing of this film?
Oh yeah, my real life friend died in a car crash in high school, and I had a dream about him, and I'm like, oh, like it would be cool to write about this, and it was kind of cathartic for me to write it.
Oh wow. So it's kind of like a happiness, kind of all rolled up.
Yeah, learning to move on and celebrating somebody's life and what they gave to you.
Yeah. What was the best thing about making this film for any of you?
Working with these people. That's probably the best. Joy wrote a great script. I spent so many hours editing with Julian. He did most of the work. I just hung out with him. And Huey made some amazing music. Makes me cry every time. I hung out in his hot apartment. Yeah, that's the best thing about making stuff, is you get to work with great people.
Okay, so we have here the director and writer for Sistoso. Correct? Did I say that right?
Yes, you gotta say
So Sistoso. So introduce yourself. You're the...
Yes, I'm Ross Willett. I'm the director, co-writer, and editor of Sistoso.
Yes, and I am Nery Jr. I am the co-writer, co-producer, and the lead actor of Sistoso.
And
or Sistoso.
He created the story.
Yeah.
So what was the inspiration behind the film?
You know, this has always just been a funny idea I've had in the back of my mind, because I am mixed. And there have been auditions I've had in the past where they were looking for a Filipino, and I walk in and they already know that I'm not full Filipino, and so from the jump I already know that I'm not going to get the role based off my look alone. And so I've always been in a weird position where I felt like I'm not white enough or I'm not Asian enough. And not to say that I'm like not booking anything. I'm booking gigs and stuff, so I exaggerate everything in Sistoso, but it comes from a place of truth too, so that's kind of where the inspiration came from, was taking something that was real and just bringing light to it, doing it in a comedic way.
Yeah. I also found that Ron's story, it came from a very human place where you just want to succeed, and it's a very human struggle that I was able to identify with, because at one point I was also an actor, so I can understand the struggle, and I thought that, he had a good story.
And you guys made it all the way, the AT&T, they had a competition, correct? Yeah. Can you tell me about that?
They had over 500 scripts that were submitted, and they chose 64 teams to move on to the second round. And we just linked up, we shot at Warner Brothers, and this guy edited, directed, helped me write it, and we submitted it through, and Red Digital Cinema selected us as their winner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Huge honor.
Yeah, especially Red. Red is such they live and breathe filmmaking, you know what I mean? So to be selected by them was like, what, right?
It was actually just a huge honor, just incredible. I was speechless when Ron gave the good news.
Oh yeah.
And you had some really good actors in the film as well, too, along with...
Very true, yes.
Some really big ones. We have Judy Kane, just to shout her out. She was on Mad Men, she was on The Fosters. She was in a short that won an Oscar in the 90s, and so I had some really big people on it. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, big people, big director, co-producer Ramel Andaya. I wasn't playing around.
Yeah, no, we don't joke around with this stuff.
No, not at all.
So anyway, well, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing your film.
Well, thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have here the cast and crew of Sins of Our Father. We're all here. So the director is Ben. Right there you go. So tell us a little bit about your film.
So basically, it's a sibling kind of story. It focuses on two siblings that are in kind of a dark, harrowing world. It's specifically one scene from a full-length feature script that was developed by our guy Murphy, our executive producer and lead actor. It's pretty dark, it's pretty violent, and they came to me specifically because of my experience in fight choreography and the martial arts, and you know, we just kind of had some discussions about it. I was really attracted to it after I read the full script, and so we just kind of picked the best scene from it to see what we could do with it, see how we could showcase everybody's talents that was involved, and I think we came out with something really special.
So you said showcasing several talents. So you talk about martial arts. What other type of talents are we going to be showcasing tonight?
I mean, just kind of all around. You know, I had never worked with any of these people on this set before, so just the cinematography, the lighting, the acting, the performances. A lot of people that I had talked about working with several times and never did. The music, the composition, the framing, you know, all of it. All the stunt performers were amazing. You know, I've done a lot of fight sequences, and I'd say this was one of my best, not because of my job of what I did, but because of the stunt performers, because of how much dedication they put into it, how well they were able to take direction, and how well they were able to execute it. It was beautiful. So kind of seeing the world of everybody's talents and what they specialize in, you know, director of photography, you know, second AD, everything, just from the logistics to the creative aspects, was just a really, really wonderful unity there.
So now, did you guys collaborate before, worked on any other projects besides this?
We semi-collaborated on a previous project. Like, it was something that me and him, we kind of like were thinking about. We're like, yo, we want to work together. And then just kind of, you know, certain things fell out. But when I wrote this, I was like, the first person I ever thought of to direct this was him. Like, I was like, there's no way, like, just with the magnitude and the depth of this, like, and not only that, but has also a background in fighting, choreography, and stunts. He was the only guy that I thought of. I was like, dude, I need you to read this, and if you like it, how would you like to direct it? That's literally how it went. And he goes, dude, oh my God. That's exactly how I had the text. So it was literally how it happened. And he goes, how soon can we start? I'm like, well, let's start soon. Yeah. So yeah.
I'm Rick Taylor.
DP, and then we have cast members.
I was an actor and stunt guy.
Hi, Arlyn de la Pena, first AD and set medic.
Hi, I'm Joy, I'm the composer.
And she does a lot of your stuff is amazing, by the way. She's done a lot of music, just FYI.
Hi, I'm Sarnika Lim, I'm an actress and I got to PA on Sins of Our Fathers.
Hi, I'm Sal Lemus, I'm an actor. I was actually one of the actors and stuntmen on Sins of Our Father.
So yeah, as you can see, I have a lot of stunt guys on my team. There's actually 2 more stunt guys. So yeah, actually I had a total of 4 people. 4 stunt guys, so yes. Yeah.
So action-packed, you have to see it tonight. Really excited to see it. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
This is Lora Bofill with the Coffee Corner Show, signing off from the FILAM Creative Filmmaker Showcase. Make sure to visit our Facebook page for special promotions and check out our YouTube channel for upcoming episodes. Until next time, bye.